Brendan, hello. And first of all, congratulations again on the winning Manager of the Month. I think the rest of the Premier League and probably the whole country are viewing this game as a potential title decider, but how do you see it?
Well, it's a significant game. There's no doubt about that. It's two teams that have done extremely well this season and in their own different ways, but there's still a lot of work to do after it. I said last week, that the finish line is still a way to go. Should be a fantastic game of football, and for us, our focus is on the 3 points, because at the end of the day, that's all that comes out of the game. You'll gain confidence, you'll gain belief, but the 3 points is what we're after. So, as I said, there's 5 games to go, but even after this one, there's still 12 points to play for. So we're really looking forward to it. The team is confident, and it should be a fantastic game.
It promises to be a great spectacle, doesn't it? The two clubs that have scored more goals than anybody else. The winner has their destiny in their own hands. But when there is so much at stake, how important is it that you keep your cool and your calm on an occasion like this?
Well, it's vitally important, and I think we showed that last weekend in the game against West Ham. We knew that was going to be a tough game for us. We went 1-0 up. We had a disappointing goal that was given against us. In the second half, we showed great composure and control in our game, and eventually went on and won the game and had good dominance in the second half. So, and we've shown it in other games. I think it's something that, there's talk about pressure and different types of words to describe it, but for us, it's excitement. We're really enjoying where we are. It's not by accident. So over the last 20 months, we've been building to arrive at where we have. And as I said, we're looking to try and sustain it over a longer period. So I said, for us, we're enjoying it. The players are very focused. As I said, we're calm, and again, the training this week has been outstanding. So there's certainly no nerves.
You mentioned no nerves. In a game like this, where margins can be so fine, how important could a specialist, for example, like Steve Peters, a psychiatrist, be in helping you at a time like this?
No, Steve's a wonderful member of our staff, and plays a part in that. But I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by an outstanding team of professional people, and it's unfair to signal out any one. Steve has come in. Ultimately, I have a belief in that sort of mental fitness of players and environments, and he's come in and done a great job in supporting us in that. And as I said, at this stage of the season, it's important, of course, but every person's important. From the people who work in our canteen to the girls on the front reception to the players. So this is very much a team effort here, and obviously Steve plays a part in that.
This Tuesday is the 25th anniversary of Hillsborough. How much would it mean to this club and this city if you could deliver such an important victory in this week of all weeks?
Well, it gives us great commitment and motivation, of course. Obviously, we'll get the chance to commemorate Hillsborough next week. It's going to be a great atmosphere at the weekend. And of course, the significance of Hillsborough for the world is, as I said, is to be marked. For us, we carry it every day of our lives here. As Liverpool, as a manager, as the players, the supporters. The 96 people who died, and the victims of that, and the families. They're with us every day of their lives, and that's one of the huge reasons why we work and why we try to work well, to give them that comfort and support that their team and club is moving continually forward. So, as I said, this weekend will be huge for that, but also, as I said, we get the chance to pay our commemorations early part of the week.
It's another one of those teams that you potentially could have joined. I know you think you spoke to them before you joined Swansea in terms of perhaps going there. We've said that a few times. Roads have taken you in different paths. Are you a believer, standing within perhaps touching distance of the Premier League, that destiny has maybe brought you to this point? Were you always destined to be here?
Probably. I think that I certainly knew I was in a good place at Swansea, and I was in no rush to leave there, and it would only have taken something unique to have got me out of Swansea, because I felt I'd made a mistake earlier on in my career by moving too early, and I certainly wasn't going to do it again. It had to be something, a special opportunity, and it had to be a vision and a strategy that was going to align with how I could work. And obviously when I had the opportunity to maybe go to a number of clubs in my time at Swansea, I felt comfortable there. But when the opportunity to come here, to come to, as I said, I'll repeat it again, one of the great institutions in world football, it may only come once in your lifetime. And but obviously what had to match was the vision of the owners, and they've been a huge part of me coming here, because, as I said, their strategy and the leadership that they wanted, it was my job to come in and manage and put those processes together. And as I said, I'm very humbled and privileged to be the manager of Liverpool, and so to arrive here, it gives me great pride every single day. The club we're playing against, Manchester City, is a fantastic club in itself. You know, it has a great history and very much a rich recent history. But both clubs work on different models. We've found that we're on different roads on how we want to achieve success. You know, and I'm very fortunate to be here at a club that supports my ideas of how we can play football and how we can develop the club as a whole. And for that, I'm hugely grateful.
And does that destiny perhaps involve your best chance of being able to win the title here?
No, I don't believe so, and it's not my hope. You know, that this, for us, it's not about this one game, it's not about this season, it's hopefully going to be over a period of years. You know, we're a club that has got an identity, you know, a football philosophy of how we want to work, and that, as I said, that spills its way through the football club, you know, and that's something that we're very proud of, and something that we will cultivate and grow over the years to come. So now at this stage, of course, it's very important, it's a significant game, but we're hopeful it's going to be that for years to come.
We're talking about dreams, a lot of fans' dreams. Maybe how are your dreams at the moment? How are you sleeping?
Very well, very well. It's what we work for as coaches and managers. You know, I've been around as a coach for a long time, and obviously, you know, been only in management for a short period of time, but it gives me great joy coming in here every day. You know, to work with the players, to show the, you know, and to see their ideas and how they've embraced them and how they can take that onto the field. So I'm sleeping very, very well. I just look forward to coming into here every single day of my life. And the beauty for us is that this game's at Anfield. It's a special place to play football. We will unleash the supporters this weekend yet again on the opponent. And it's a very, very difficult place now for people to come and play. And I sense a real nostalgia about the place at the moment. It's a real feel of the old Liverpool, and we'll always respect that, but it's important that it helps drive us forward in the future as a motivation rather than a hindrance.
You sounded like Gladiator then when you said you were going to unleash them. Just finally, for me, do those dreams include you lifting the title? Have you visualised it?
No, I haven't, no. Our objective is the same. We want to qualify for Champions League. Only then can we think of other things, you know. What we've done this year has been significant up to this point. The team has been exciting. Again, we showed another profile of the team last weekend with our resilience and our determination to win in a different way, while still dominating the ball. And as I said, for us, it's just really about looking to that next game. And once we've cleared the hurdle of arriving in Champions League, for sure, then we can look at the other objectives.
Hello, Brendan.
Hi.
David Bond from BBC News. Speaking to fans in the city over the last 24 hours or so, you just get the sense that they are starting to believe that this is on for the Premier League title. What about the players and you? Do you believe it's on?
Well, we're just focused on our performance. You know, that is the consequence of working hard here on the training field with the players. You know, the staff are very focused on that job of preparing the team and preparing ourselves well. and we won't move from that. That's something that we've always done since I've come in here. You know, work on a daily basis very hard in every facet of the game, and then look to take that into the football game. So it's brilliant for the supporters. You know, I'm enjoying, you know, sensing how they're feeling at the moment, and I think they're very proud of their team, and they should be, because they're playing really exciting football. And as I said, as the manager, I'm proud to stand and watch the team play. So for them, it must be fantastic. But for us, we've just got to stay relaxed but focused. Everyone, if you watch us training, you'll see the calmness. The players are happy, and then we'll narrow that focus in on Sunday to the game.
And just sum up, if you can, what it means for not only the club but the city as a whole, if your team could deliver that Premier League title.
Well, it's been a long time. It's been a long time that, you know, the league has ever been won here in Merseyside. You know, the most important thing is for me was first and foremost getting the Champions League, because I know what that brings to the city. You know, what it can bring to the Liverpool supporters, but economically to the club. You know, there's businesses around the city that will prosper because of Champions League, and I think it's a real uplifting feel when they have that, and that's the concentration. And if we can continue to play well and work well and get that little bit of luck along the way, then as I said, the fans, hopefully their dreams come true. But for us at the moment, there's 5 games left. We're going to give absolutely everything in those games, and if we can get the results, then as I said, it will be great for them.
You talk about the history of the club and how that is helping everyone focus on this and maybe help you get over the line, but I mean, when you think back to 1990, such a long time ago, can you believe it's been that long? Such a long way.
Well, it's been tough. Obviously Manchester United were the dominant force over many years. A club of this size, it shouldn't be, but it's the reality of where the club is at, and sometimes it needs to, you know, maybe drop down to where we were in order to shake it up again and go again. So, but no, this is a huge club, fantastic club. But you've no divine right just because you're a big club. You know, it's how you're managed and structured and led from a directors and owners perspective, and then how you can come in and manage that. And I think what we're seeing here is that the thinking behind the owners, they're, as I said, they're very, very focused on stability. You know, they're not people who listen to the last voice, and they're not people who get shaken easily by the highs and lows of football, which you'll see in the modern game. You know, that whenever there's a high for a team, everyone focuses in on the high, and it's a massive high. And whenever there's a low, it's a real lull for the club. You've got people here who's got experience in many businesses and many ventures of stability, and that's a big part of the success here at this moment in time. I've got freedom to work. I've got freedom to work how I want to. I work with the people here closely at the club, both in terms of players, both in terms of commercial, all the different aspects of the club, and we're very much one club. So if we can continue with this way of working, then we're going to grow and develop. It's a different model to say what Man City's would be. You know, we're a club that's introducing young players. We're looking to the future. We're looking to the youth of our football club, as well as a defined philosophy of football. And that's something that is very important for us here, and hopefully that'll provide the vision for the years to come.
And when you talk about players getting absolutely everything well, then how do you feel that the squad, the team has improved since the last time you played Manchester City?
Well, it's been continual. It's something that it was a very good game up there. I thought we were the better team on the day, but we didn't get the result. But I was pleased with the performance. We needed to manage the game better. You know, we conceded a disappointing goal, and in particular just before half time. But I think that as a team we've progressed, and I think that's something that we've done on a daily basis here. You know, again, I look back to the game last week, 1-1, and people may be thinking we would panic. We didn't. We kept our calmness, we kept our control, we kept passing the ball and waited for the possibilities to score. And that's something that clearly wasn't happening when I first came in. You know, and it's something that has developed over time. It wasn't happening in parts of last season. You know, we were up in games and we've maybe would have conceded to draw games and sometimes lose games. Whereas now we keep that control and domination to go on and win games. So no, there's clearly development and still clearly a lot of progress that we need to make as well.
You look at the games, Brendan, against Everton, Tottenham, Arsenal recently, where you really whipped into those sides. Do you expect it to be a different kind of challenge against Manchester City this weekend?
No. First and foremost, we always respect the opponent. You know, Manchester City's got a team of wonderful players. They've got a first-class manager who I think has been a credit since he's come into the country. You know, he's been very humble. He's a man of great experience. Done a wonderful job at Villarreal. He played there, when he worked there with Malaga under difficult circumstances. He's done very, very well. Obviously at Real Madrid had a great season, but was unfortunate. And has come into Manchester City, okay, and he's got top players and he's got the conditions to win trophies and win games, but I still think he's done very, very well. And he's got top players in there. So we respect them and their qualities as a club and as a team. But for us, our focus is on us. We play at Anfield, we expect to win every game we play. And with the backing of the supporters, it gives us that extra man in the force that we feel and that hopefully the opponent feels is a strong one. And that has allowed us to make Anfield a difficult place to come. So as I said, we anticipate a difficult game. But our confidence and belief will be the same going into this game, and as I said, we'll play with no fear because that's the way we know to play football.
Brendan, you spoke about two clubs having different models. Would it be a great achievement, or does it give you more satisfaction that you've got Liverpool to where they are without having money that other clubs in the top four have had?
Well, this is I think this season, however it finishes, will be a great victory for the model that we've chosen to work here, which is about player development. You know, looking at each individual player, looking at the players within our system, within our structure here at the academy and the club, looking at the senior players, how we can find ways to extend their careers to make them better players, and also while the individual improving, making sure that the collective and the team is the most important aspect of all. So Liverpool as a club was very much a development club, a development for players and for people, and it's a model that we're happy and a model that we feel will give us that sustainable success over a longer period.
Do you think you're ahead of your rivals in that respect? Because I know City are plowing a lot of money into sort of a new training ground and their youth facilities now. But you're a bit further on the line because you're getting players actually coming through to the first team.
Listen, I won't disrespect what they've done, because I think that where they were at, they have a lot of new money that's come into the club in order to gain success, and that money they've invested wisely in a lot of top players. In these recent couple of years, it's won in the Premier League, and the FA Cup, and the Carling Cup. So I'm sure their supporters won't be complaining. For us, it's a different way of working. We're on a different road. We're looking to build and create something here which gives the young players at the football club hope that one day they can pull on the great shirt of Liverpool. They have seen local boys come through here. They've seen a lot of young players getting the opportunity, and they've also seen a model of football which is exciting, and to come and work it. Whether we are further down the road will be for other people, but for us here, we're happy with how things are going, but there's still a way to go for us.
Just quickly on the game on Sunday, there'll be a lot of focus on two club strikers, but is midfield going to be a key battleground, really? Yeah,
well, it always is. It always is, and that's the jungle of the pitch. That's where the guys, it's busy in there and with lots of quality, and you'll see that at the weekend. I'm sure they've got a world-class player in Yaya Toure. Since he's come into this country, I've seen him a lot in his career, and in particular Barcelona, where he played as a holding player and was brilliant, played as centre half some games, and has come in and has been a real attacking force for them, and player of immense quality. Look at Fernandinho, who's come in and been a real rock for them in the middle of the field, and obviously they've dropped Silva into that number 10 role, and maybe one of the best in the world. So, but for us, yeah, we will look forward to that battle in there. It's an area that we like to dominate in a lot of our games, and I'm sure it'll be contested very competitively.
Thanks, Bishop.
Brendan, Manchester City say Sergio Aguero is fit. Doesn't make your task any easier, but does it add to the spectacle? Do you welcome it from that point of view?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll obviously be difficult for him because he hasn't played many games at all. And I suppose coming into such a game like this here, I think the players now at this stage is probably, and probably him, he'll be thinking about the World Cup. You know, if he gets another injury or gets another pull, it sets him back again. So, but if he's fit, then it's great. It's great for the supporters and the people, because he's clearly a fantastic player, and again someone who's showed great quality and showed great humility off the field. Without knowing him, he looks a really good guy and carries himself really well, and on the pitch he's world class.
And just finally, do you have any team news that you can tell us at this stage?
No, everyone fit. Dan Agger back into the squad, only Jose Enrique out, and 20 players fit and round to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.